like it then. I would stand in line for this. There's always room in life for this. Oh baby, oh baby, then it fell apart, fell apart. Oh baby, oh baby, then it fell apart, it fell apart. Oh baby, oh baby, then it fell apart, it fell apart. Oh baby, oh baby, like it always does, always does. Strange sounds have told me, they held me down every night. I didn't have much to say, I didn't give up the light. I closed my eyes and closed myself and closed my world and never opened up to anything that could get me at all. I had to close down everything, I had to close down my mind. Too many things caught me, too much could make me blind. I've seen so much in so many places, so many heartaches, so many faces, so many dirty things you couldn't even believe. I would stand in line for this. It's always good in life for this. Oh baby, oh baby, then it fell apart, it fell apart. Oh baby, then it fell apart, it fell apart. Oh baby, then it fell apart, it fell apart.
This is an interesting film. I used to live in these apartments right here years ago, back in the very early 90s at Store Down Street. Me and some friends frequented that store. This neighborhood right here, this is the same neighborhood as the woman, Kathy O'Brien, who went through the mind control experiments. Her high school that she went to is right down the street. Did I get my hand in there? Right down the street. These used to be army bases right here. I remember her telling me one time she used to go jogging through where there used to be army bases. So it's strange. One person got mind controlled in this neighborhood, and she's known as being like the most famous MK Ultra experiment, or allegedly she got mind controlled. I wasn't there when it happened, you know. And so now I'm being gang stalked right here. So people have been mind controlled here, gang stalked. There's something going on. Wow, that's cool. You see the one headlight out? They just started doing that. Or it looked like it was one headlight out, but then it looked like it had two headlights. See, look at the car. Traffic looks like it's stopped. That was really cool. That was a red car. That was a red car doing the brightening with another car. And you can see it coming. That's brightening. Who was that? That was a brightening detector. Brightening. Hey, what's going on, man? He looked like he was on an assignment. Now we're gonna cross over this street and go into another neighborhood. This is a real nice area right here. This quiet area. But look at all these people are participating. He waved, he was cool. Look, you know they turned the headlights on manually. When you saw the older car right there, that means that was turned on manually. And look, this is broad daylight. 1, 2. And that car turned. 3, 4. 5. And look at that truck down there coming with the headlights on. You think that's normal? The majority of those cars had to manually turn their lights on. Look, the school is dead. Those cars had to manually turn their lights on. Look, the school is dead. It's empty. So we're gonna go up on this street up here. And you know, we're gonna cross over to another neighborhood and watch the gang stalking. All this is gang stalking, and it's meant to keep the individual like, it's like a form of harassment, but on a deeper form, it's psychological. It's psychological harassment, and it has to do with subliminal, neuro-linguistic subliminal programming. It even goes down to the certain color cars. They ask certain people just because of the color of their car, they let them use a certain color car. Or they have the person wear a certain color shirt. It's not just about a bunch of cars following you around with their that's bad enough. That's bad enough, but it's not about that. It's a deeply disturbing form of psychological harassment. Look at that cool car. See? That's crazy. I'm getting gang stalked outside the MK Ultra chick's old high school. Isn't that cool? So if people tell you that gang stalking isn't real, they're either ignorant or they're a pseudo-skeptic. They're pretending. A pseudo-skeptic is somebody who pretends like they're a skeptic. They pretend like they're interested in knowing if it's real or not, but it's fake. They're just pretending just to make it seem like it's fair, like they're being liberal. They have no interest in explaining gang stalking. They're just pretending like they're on the fence with it. So either somebody's ignorant, they don't have any education, or they feel threatened by the subject matter and they don't want to talk about it, they're afraid of it, or they're a part of it. I've been watching it for 3 years. Nobody can tell me anything about it. The only person who can tell me something about it is somebody who's involved in it, doing it, or somebody who's going through it. But as far as somebody saying it doesn't exist, show more. I've been living it for 3 years. There's nothing anybody can say that's going to change the fact that I've been living it for 3 years. See? Colored. Watch that. Brightening. Then the van down there, brightening. Look at that van. He had to do that manually. Look, that van, he had to do that manually. It's broad daylight. Now look over here. The last two cars. Then that white car by the bicyclist. Look over here. The last two cars. Then that white car by the bicyclist. And then you can see how those cars right there that lined up, the white car, then there's another car behind that car approaching. And then, even as I'm walking away, you see that white car across the street in the background, even more of them coming. Even as I'm leaving the scene, there's more of them coming to participate in the gang stalking assignment.
Change the fact that I've been living it for 3 years. See? Cold. What's that? Grimy. In the van down there. Grimy. Look at that van. He had to do that, man.
Do they got their brights on? Yep. They got some lights on, huh? We gotta do with that Home Depot truck right there. A lot of these people, when people do the gang stalking, it's not just cars. Like, they purposely will go outside their house and do strange stuff. Like, pretend like they're doing something, like opening their trunk or whatever, like mowing their lawn. It looks like a casual activity, a homeowner doing their lawn or something, but the only reason why they're doing it is because they're participating. They've agreed to participate and do it to add to the overall theme. As I'm moving through this neighborhood, there's people being contacted through Facebook apps, word of mouth, 1-800 numbers, community watch groups, whatever. And those groups are being utilized in a way to participate and to keep the gang stalking going. So the same stuff I just saw in the neighborhood before, that'll happen as I move through this neighborhood, and it'll happen as I move to the next 1,000,000 neighborhoods. If I let this neighborhood went through 100 more, it'd be the same stuff. Different people, same stuff. The networking is going to utilize the same stuff. An orange shirt and an orange lawnmower, huh? And And I don't even need to have a phone. A lot of people, there's a lot of people out there, they're watching this and they don't get the mechanics of it. It doesn't make sense to them because they have no basic realization or foundational, you know, step by step how this stuff's working. They say, how do they know where you're at all the time? You don't need a telephone. You don't need GPS. I can go set this phone down and get out and just take off running down one of these alleys, hop a couple fences, go hide under a car for an hour and come out. It'll still be the same people doing the same stuff. There's some sort of aerial view through drones or satellites or something. There's somebody buying space. There's somebody buying space who can watch me walking right now. That's the ultimate dream tool for a stalker. Somebody who stalks somebody, what would be their ultimate, what would be the, if your goal is to stalk somebody, what's the ultimate thing you could have? To watch them at all times. So if you can utilize technology and people could be using GPS maps, 90% of these people are looking at their phone when they pass by. They're using the GPS maps through the gang stalking assignment. So if somebody has the ability to watch me from the sky and know my movements, that's the ultimate tool of somebody doing the stalking. That's the dream tool. That's how they know where you're at all the time. You gotta wake up, it's 2018. This isn't the 1980s or the 1950s. There's satellites out there, there's drones out there. You know? You can't be stupid, you gotta wake up. Pay attention.